Thanks. I like to use that once in a while.
This meeting is being conducted in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave on the Township website and posted on the bulletin boards of Township Hall.
All right, if we could all rise for the pledge and a moment of silence, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, please.
Member Conrad?
Here.
Councilmember Curry is absent. Councilmember Roy?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Here.
Mayor Simonson?
Here. All right, our first, for our work session this evening, we have our annual proclamation. I will read it first, then we'll present it. If our police officer would come forward, we'll present it to you. How's that? Get a picture for the chief. All right? All right. All right. Our proclamation is supporting the Drive Sober and Get Pulled Over 2017 year-end holiday crackdown. Whereas impaired drivers on our nation's roads killed 10,497 people in 2016, and whereas 20% of motor vehicle fatalities in New Jersey are alcohol-related, and whereas an enforcement crackdown is planned to combat impaired driving, and whereas the season at the end of the year is traditionally a time of social gatherings which often include alcohol, and whereas the State of New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety has asked local law enforcement agencies throughout the state to participate in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over year-end holiday crackdown, and whereas the project will involve increased impaired driving enforcement from December 8th, 2017 through January 1st, 2018, and whereas an increase in impaired driving enforcement and a reduction in impaired driving will save lives on our roadways. Now therefore be it resolved that Lower Township Mayor and Council declares our support for the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over 2017 year-end holiday crackdown from December 8th, 2017 through January 1st, 2018, and pledges to increase awareness of the dangers of drinking and driving. And at this time, if council will come down, we'll get a picture with our officer this evening.
Go ahead. Yep.
Pretty good. All right, we move down to our consent agenda, which there's a lot on this evening, but any comments or questions from council?
None.
No comments.
Seeing none, we open it to the public on the consent agenda. Anyone has any comments or questions, please step up to the microphone. We just ask that you state your name and address for the record. Seeing none,
Approval of minutes, November 20th, 2017. Resolutions number 2017-314 through 2017-327. I'm sorry, 328. And ordinance number 2017-15. This is the salary and benefit ordinance for the Township of Lower. This ordinance is required to be adopted annually. This will be the first reading of this ordinance for public hearing. The second reading and public hearing has been scheduled for December 18th. And ordinance 2017-16, an ordinance amending ordinance 2017-15 which amended the construction code. This ordinance amends the construction code fee schedule, changing the last two lines of each section and adding the state mandated section entitled mechanical inspections. This is also the first reading of this ordinance. The public hearing and second reading has been scheduled for December 18th.
All right, can I get a motion to pass the consent agenda?
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Mr. Morris, let's real quick. Mr. Morris, you here? Congratulations, you're on the board.
Resolution number 2017-329. This is authorization for the 2017 incentive award for the insurance waiver for Michael Perry in the amount of $2,500.
Any questions or comments from council?
No comments.
None.
All right, any from the public? Questions, comments? Seeing none, close the public portion, and can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Resolution number 2017-330. This is authorization for payment of college credits. This is also to Mr. Perry in the amount of $1,000.
All right, any questions or comments from council?
No comments.
None. Any from the public? Seeing none, do I get a motion to approve? Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes.
Ordinance 2017-14, an ordinance amending section 166-2, license fees of chapter 166, which is entitled Animals, of the general ordinances of the Township of Lower. This ordinance changes the dog license fee from $4.20 to $5, and from $7.20 to $10. This is the second reading and public hearing for this ordinance. This ordinance has been posted, published, and made available to the public.
All right, any council comments or questions?
No comments.
Comments.
Any from the public? Seeing none, can I get a motion to pass ordinance 2017-14?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Councilman Conrad?
Yes.
Councilman Roy?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Sippel?
Yes.
Mayor Simonson?
Yes. All right, I guess we move down to, don't have any, do we have a manager's
Yes.
word of wisdom?
Yeah. Good evening, Council Mayor. Last week, at the suggestion of the mayor, myself, and council, we stepped up our fight in this opioid crisis by forming a shared service agreement with the prosecutor's office, which will be promulgated in the next 2 weeks. This will enhance our street positioning and help continue our fight. The chief and I also met with the director of Cape Assist last week and the vice president of their board to help get some recovery options into our plan and/or some specialists for people, as we've been working hard on prevention and education in the community. With regards to our real estate in the township, in the past year, our assessor's office has seen an all-time low in property tax appeals, while it has brought in $15 million in added ratables, which equates to $250,000 extra surplus in the township. We are currently, after meeting with her last week, anticipating a very busy 2017 with potential new developments in the Diamond Beach area, and there has been approval through zoning of a 20 single home development north of the Breakwater Plaza behind CVS. We have vigorously defended our township ratables this year and the base from the county board and in using New Jersey state tax court cases. Lastly, last week we were updated for our employees on new benefits from Aflac that they're offering up at no additional cost. As next week, we meet with an attorney to discuss educational and financial alternatives for our workers that are involved with our current financial planner, ICMA, which we've had for years, and I've expressed to you folks that being based in Washington, D.C., we don't get the service we would get from local banks, investment firms, etc. And we'll be bringing you a presentation from our committee early 2018 of the direction you folks will be able to vote on if you would want change in that area. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you. Councilman Conrad?
Few things, as all council did. Went to the League of Municipalities in November. There were some very good classes there, learned a lot. Some was repetitive, but at the same time, it's keeping current different laws for the state. Also, some of the vendors were very informative, and we're trying to bring back things to the township that's going to help the township, certain things we stay away from. Like, oh, Gary, you should get this new piece of equipment. That's, he could find his own equipment that way. This weekend, I was at Wassail Day at Cold Spring Village. Wonderful event. Next year, hopefully, more people will come out. Free time to get into Cold Spring Village and see what they have. Real quick, smoke detectors. Councilman Perry brought up around daylight savings times about checking your batteries. Well, I learned a hard lesson recently. Check your smoke detectors. They're only good for about 10 years. They have to be switched out every so often. So please check the dates. If it's too old, you might want to think about switching them out. Beyond that, to all it applies, happy Hanukkah.
Thank you. Yes, Councilman Roy?
Yes, I'd like to comment on the tree lighting ceremony that I attended last week and the organization that took place thereof. The people that were responsible for that did a tremendous job. The kids came out. They were well schooled and very excited to perform for the many people that were in attendance. It was just a real wonderful event. The Veterans Administration was there also and noticed the veterans for their efforts put forth in the past years to fight for freedom in this country. It was a very, very well-attended event again, and I'd just like to make personal thank you for the efforts put forth. Also, I'd like to congratulate the manager and give him thank you for taking the bull by the horn on this opioid crisis. That's something that's first and foremost in our minds to try to address, and I believe you'll get 100% cooperation from the council and mayor. So thank you for that, Jim. Other than that, I have nothing else with the exception. Be safe this holiday season. We have one more meeting before the Christmas holiday, and just ask everyone to be careful out there. If you can, reach out, help a person in need. And with that, thank you very much for your time.
Okay, I want to echo Councilman Roy's comments as far as the tree lighting ceremony. It was a great night. Township did a great job in honor of the veterans, and it was a great holiday spirit, and all around it was just a good night. Also, just a reminder, I've put out the last couple of meetings, but the Run for the Fallen is February 3rd, 2018, the Blair fundraiser. And also, I have up with me some veterans exemption submission form. I talked about the last couple of meetings where the veterans get a $3,000 tax exemption from their state income tax. So I have some blank copies up here. When the meeting's over, I'll bring them out and put them back on the table if anybody wants any forms. So that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, sounds good. Also want to reiterate the tree lighting, which I've been to for many years, and that's the largest crowd I think I know I've ever seen there. So it continues to grow. It was the weather helps, always helps, and the local Lower Cape May Regional Choir was phenomenal, as well as our bell ringers that come in. We also had our hospitality night this past week. So thank you to all the Chamber of Commerce and those that pitched in to lend a hand there, especially Eileen, because I saw about 20 kids over there that she was occupying. So, and I know you should have gotten combat pay, but anyway, it was a nice evening. Just to remind everyone, we have our annual Christmas parade this Saturday, December 9th at 6 p.m. On Bayshore Road. It starts at the Breakwater Plaza and it ends at the Acme Plaza. Also, our Lower Township reorganization meeting will be Wednesday, January 3rd, 2018, obviously. It's always pushed to the Wednesday because of the holiday of New Year's. And that'll be at 7 o'clock right here at our town hall. And just one other thing I wanted to note, work will begin soon on Route 109, old Route 109. There's something there that I know I promised, and then Councilman Roy, when he took over, continued to help out with the fact that when they were done the interchange, the zero interchange on the Parkway, that we promised the people there that road, it's a small piece of road, but nonetheless, we promised them that it would get taken care of once all the work was done there, and that's happening very soon, correct, Mr. Ridgway?
That's correct.
So that'll be happening. You'll see some work down there. It shouldn't affect traffic or anything going over the Parkway Bridge. So other than that, I think that is it. We'll wish you happy holidays, although we'll see you again before Christmas. But those celebrating Hanukkah, we wish you the best and open it to the public. Again, if you have anything, comments or questions, when you step up, please just state your name and address for the record. So does anyone from the public? Man. Mr. Rizzo, nothing tonight? No? All right. Well, God bless you all, and can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.